Shalom, giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bahashim Shai, the Wadi Yahweh Bahashim Shai for the days, minutes, hours, leading to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahweh Shai. And that's, what these things, different things that we're seeing are all leading to. Now, seeing how Trump was talking about how the situation with the Houthis will be seen as, Iran playing a part. That was actually big news. So we are inching closer to a full-scale world war. And in that, there's going to be a draft. And ultimately, that's all biblical prophecy. Revelation 11, verse 14 talks about a third world woe. A third woe. So without further ado, let's get into some prophecy. See this right here on my Louisiana puts man to death in state's first nitrogen gas execution. And there was another recent execution, I think it was by firing squad, but there was another recent execution, I think a few days or weeks ago, I forgot where. But these different old school draconian type measures, these are getting ready to be happening a lot more often, and for different offenses. Just like they're talking about deporting people, they're about to be doing different punishments, like straight to the point punishments, executions, deportations for just any type of disobedience. All the different movies that we see, the different dystopian movies that we see, they're getting ready to be put in full effect. To put a man to death, nitrogen gas, Tuesday evening for a killing decades ago, marking the first time the state has used the method as it resumed executions after a 15-year hiatus. And executions is getting ready to be reinstated across all states across the country. Esau is trying to put his plans together, and he needs complete obedience. Isaiah 10 verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And I'm not saying that him being put to death for that murder was wrong. I'm just saying we know through the scriptures, Revelation 12 verse 12, we know that these higher ups, they're going to be coming down with great wrath, because they know they have a short time to complete what they want to complete. Putin, so remember how Putin was supposed to have a dialogue with Trump. Putin agrees in Trump call to pause Ukraine energy attack, but no full ceasefire. So in that dialogue, the energy attacks, they got paused, but it's not a full ceasefire. Has rejected an immediate and full ceasefire in Ukraine, agreeing only to halt attacks on energy infrastructure following a call with the U.S. President Donald Trump. The Russian leader declined to sign up to the comprehensive month-long ceasefire that Trump's team recently worked out with Ukrainians in Saudi Arabia. He said a comprehensive truce could only work if foreign military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine came to an end. Ukraine's European allies have previously rejected such conditions. So in the grinding 3-year war, Russia has recently been taking back territory in the Kursk region that was occupied by Ukrainian incursion 6 months. So war type of talks and war type of dialogues are continuing to be a thing, and they're going to stay a thing all the way until it fully happens, and all the way until the return. Isaiah 42 verse 13, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, war. He shall prevail against his enemies, right? And the ultimate prevail is the fulfillment of his prophecies that he said, and that he had his men, proclaim, over the internet or on the highways and hedges or amongst person to person or wherever. That's his ultimate prevailing. And he's getting ready to do that on a heavy scale. So that's just a little little prophecy update. It's always good to stay, stay abreast, stay afloat, stay watching, because when these things do hit, they're gonna catch a lot of people off guard. You don't want to be caught as a thief in the night spiritually. You know, not only talking about prepping or whatever. I'm just talking about spiritually. Being afloat, because a lot of these people, even though they see how expensive things are or whatever, when these things do hit, they're still not going to expect it. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we'll continue watching, praying, and enduring to the end. And not only that, we pray that the Lord sees it to protect us and our household from, the coming destruction and the coming situations that are getting ready to happen. And we're going to need protection these last days. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Shalom.